In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the most problematic materials when it comes to welding fumes, and it's galvanized steel. Galvanized steel is widely used in many industries, mostly because of its corrosion-resistant properties. Galvanizing involves coating steel with the layer of zinc. The most common method is called hot-dip galvanizing, in which parts are submerged in a zinc bath. The zinc coating becomes an issue when welding because of the fumes. And it's one of the reasons why many companies refuse to work with galvanized steel when there is welding involved. During the welding process, the zinc evaporates and interacts with oxygen, which creates zinc oxide. But of course, when welding galvanized steels, the fume can contain many other pollutants, including lead oxides and so on. Zinc oxide and galvanized steel welding fumes are famous for their short-term effects, which is metal fume fever. Metal fume fever is a very common professional disease, which comes with flu-like symptoms, generally 4 to 10 hours after exposure, and resolve by itself after 1 to 2 days. But long-term exposure to those fumes can have very severe consequences, such as lung damages, neurological issues, and even cancer. In the US, the exposure limit for zinc oxide is going to be 5 milligrams per cubic meters, which is the same as welding fumes. In Canada, it's going to go between 2 and 10 milligram per cubic meters, depending on your location, which is a bit lower than welding fumes, which are generally between 3 and 10 milligrams per cubic meter. To prevent health issues when welding galvanized steel, you have a few techniques that you can use. The first one is, whenever possible, you want to weld before galvanizing is done. So you're going to weld on the steel before the zinc layer is applied. When it's not possible, you're going to want to remove the zinc coating on both sides of the parts you're going to weld, ideally 1 to 4 inches away from the weld. And then you're going to reapply the zinc coating afterwards. But your best protection against those welding fumes are always going to be welding fume extractors. If you're using the MIG process, the fume extraction MIG gun is going to be your best ally. Otherwise, you can use a fume extraction arm, such as this one, or a fume extraction nozzle. I would also like to address a myth when it comes to galvanized steel and welding fumes, which is that drinking milk can help prevent those effects. What's important to know is there is no scientific evidence that proves that. And so, although drinking milk is not necessarily bad for you, there is absolutely no proof that it's actually going to help and prevent any health issue that you could have after inhaling this kind of fumes. If you want more information about galvanized steel fume, I have a detailed article that I'm going to link in the description below. And also, if you have welding fume issues in your factory, I would invite you to join me in one of the free webinars that I give every week. Once again, I'm going to put the link in the description below. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.